What's up, guys? My name is Victor, and I'm going to tell you what I believe to be the best way to go about flexible dieting for the long haul. You have basically two schools of thought when it comes to flexible dieting. You have some people who are more strictly under the philosophy of if it fits your macros, and this basically means that it does not matter what the fuck you eat as long as it falls into alignment with your desired numbers, your balance of fats and proteins and carbs, along with your calories. You can get as ripped as you possibly want. And honestly, this is true. There's a lot of downfalls to this, and having this mindset does make the dieting process more miserable, believe it or not, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But the second school of thought are like your clean eating advocates who eat 90% clean foods and only 10% fun foods. And I find that to be boring and dull, and it just sucks. That makes the dieting process suck ass just as bad, just in a completely different way. Sure, the healthy foods make you feel good. There's plenty of like micronutrients and it's really healthy, but it's boring and in my opinion pretty unsustainable unless you're like the neurotic like bodybuilding type whose life revolves around clean eating. You know, I like to enjoy my life. So the downfall with the first school of thought, like the sloppy eaters, is that for one, those foods are so calorically dense. And what I mean by that is a very small amount of that food is a lot of calories. So you might be able to eat like a couple of small sloppy meals and hit your calories and macros for the day and not feel satisfied. Have you ever gone home? I remember in high school I used to get baked and I'd go home at night and I would eat like a fucking whole box of cereal and I'd dig into like ice cream and shit and I would still want more. I would have consumed probably 2,000 calories just in that one like evening binge in and of itself, and I still wanted more. So even though I had a lot of those calories, I did not feel satisfied. And those kind of foods kind of create craving, you know. They distort your hunger mechanism, meaning you could eat 25 cookies and still always want more. There's never a sense of satisfaction, a sense of like, okay, you know what, I'm content, I'm done. You always have to kind of cut yourself off, right? So that is a problem. And when you eat all those kinds of foods, you're always going to be battling with yourself. You're always going to be feeling like you're not eating enough food. Anyway, and then again, conversely, the clean eaters, you feel like you're bloating yourself with all this fucking ridiculous, amounts of chicken and rice, and it's just boring for a lot of ways. So what do? I say combine them, and I'm not here to give you specific percentages. I always say listen to your body. Make sure you're feeling healthy. You want a little bit from both worlds. You do certainly. If you don't eat some unhealthy foods, even a decent amount, I'd go to say, then you're going to be feeling deprived, you're going to be feeling you're on a diet, and it's probably not something you can maintain for the rest of your life. And if you don't eat enough healthier foods, forget about the fact that they're actually good for you and they possess a lot of micronutrients, which are just vitamins and minerals and those like phytochemicals that actually make your skin look good and your digestive tract work well. Like those are all necessary, but forget about that. They fill you up. If you have like 3 cups of broccoli, you're fucking full. You're like, your belly's full and you have like 50 calories. You have 3 cups of ice cream, you're done with your calories for the whole day. So I like to create meals just out of experimentation, and I'll mix healthy foods with unhealthy foods. For example, I'll show you a little clip of this right here. It's a chicken Alfredo pizza, and all it basically is grilled chicken breast, a lot of vegetables, onions, broccoli, on these little like whole wheat naan like breads, with some awesome Alfredo sauce, a modest amount of cheese, a little Parmesan cheese. It's fucking delicious. It fills me up. It's got tons of vegetables, lean proteins, but because of the cheese and the Alfredo, it's like delicious. It's absolutely phenomenal. I get the best of both worlds. And I like to make my day consist of about 2 big ass meals like that. So one meal I might have a few of those pizzas, which is like 1,000, 1,200 calories of just fucking yumminess. And this other meal I've been toying around with is I went ahead and took the Chipotle burrito bowl, which I'm a huge fan of, and I kind of made up my own. So I independently made up my healthy, organic rice, my organic black beans, grilled chicken, which I will cook in I don't know, my wife does it, but it's in like this spicier, like fucking peppery type sauce to make it kind of resemble that Mexican seasoning. I got this like reduced fat guacamole and then like this really low calorie salsa. And I make this epic bowl. It's got the best of all these different worlds. It's delicious, it's wholesome, and it fills me up completely. So that's what I recommend, is primarily combining them. Don't worry about percentages. Eat enough healthy foods to feel good and to feel satisfied, and eat enough of the unhealthy foods to not feel deprived or like you're really on a diet. Like my meals, I had pizza and a homemade burrito bowl, and then in fact, another thing I do for a snack, this is just an example of how to kind of mix them. I'll take a tablespoon of organic peanut butter and a nice big piece of dark chocolate, and I'll kind of dunk it in. And I'll eat a couple tablespoons of peanut butter and a couple of these big squares of chocolate if I need like to get my healthy fats in. And again, it's a synergistic combination, the best of both worlds. Not too much junk food to get me off into like the deep end with like craving, and plenty of healthy foods to keep me satisfied and feeling like I'm eating a large quantity of food. That's what works for me. You guys let me know. If you have any other tips, let me know. I'd be curious to hear what you guys do. But I do find that dancing on any one end of the polar extreme is a recipe for you getting off your diet at some point, a transient experience. I'm looking for a way of life that I can maintain my entire life and remain at about 7 to 8% body fat. And so far I've been successful. And that's essentially what this channel is about, okay? So if you enjoyed the video, please like, please subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions or questions, leave them below and I'll be happy to get back to you. Peace.